Some people were sending me a message, did I miss it? No, you didn't miss it, because we're on from 9 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you already know. Let me put my bag in the back. Listen, it's Cocktail and Convo. I'm your girl, comedian Stiletto. I got my whole crew here. I got E-Bone Steak. Ow. Hey, I got Just Tim.
Hey.
I got that boy Truck.
Yeah. Oh, you got
it. Thank you. I'm getting better. And of course, we got an old faithful.
Boom.
J Mel. All right.
Boom.
So we got the whole cast here. Now, of course, we miss our Jazzy Fizzle. Jazzy, baby.
Yeah.
We miss you. We know that you out there getting your grind on and working. We love you. We love you. We love you. This is Cocktail and Convo. I'm your girl, comedian Stiletto. Just let you know a couple events coming up. Make sure that you support this Friday. This Friday, Team No Chill. That's my team. That's my squad. Okay. We have an event going on down at Sully's on Friday. If you want ticket information, you want anything, visit Just Tim, that boy Truck, me, anybody, and get that. You know what I mean? Please support it. Support any and everything Brown. You know how I feel. Got another show on Saturday at Sully's, and I got Thursday. I can't believe I'm missing Thursday, and Thursday comes before all of those days. Thursday I'm in Bowie or Laurel, rocking out on the microphone, headlining down there by Half Note. So make sure that you support that. And then next Saturday I am in North Carolina, Jacksonville. Here I come. Yes. So if you, always gotta grind. So we're talking about brown people and supporting brown business, and you know, everybody always hears me say support brown, and people sometimes get mad, like, what do you mean brown? I'm like, support brown owned establishments. The black stigma, light, dark, this covers all of the genres. Okay, all the genres of people that are brown, whether that's black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, all of that. Right, Sand, West Indian, whatever that looks like. Sierra Leone, right? You can tap anywhere where we're. Support brown. I know sometimes, like we were talking about, it is hard to support brown sometimes. I mean, I've been to brown owned establishments, and sometimes I feel like they don't care. I'm not gonna lie. I'll sit there and I'll be like, if this was my spot, you know, in your mind, you'd be like, if this was my spot, this is a sweet piece of property, what I would do. Or how I would, like, how don't you care that it's hot in your establishment? Or how don't you care that it's cold? Or you know what I mean? Or you're not putting your best foot forward. I've actually even been in brown establishments where I've seen them wait on peach people better than they wait on me. Faster. Right. Faster, more professional, things of that nature.
Except Chick-fil-A. I
don't. But Chick-fil-A, I don't care what color they are. They're like, thank you for calling Chick-fil-A. It's a bright new sunny day. You're like, oh my gosh, give me a bagel. So, and then somebody put, and it was so funny because the young lady that has the show on Thursday for me, and that I'm headlining down in Bowie, she said on her post that she was trying to get people to promote her event. So she was like, please push my event and promote my event the same way you've been promoting that Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Come on now.
And I thought that was so cute because we will broadcast some other stuff, but we will not broadcast each other. So yeah, that's just crazy.
We know.
Okay, are y'all really talking about the sandwich right now?
We got an event on Thursday. That's more important.
Right.
We're gonna promote that.
They're gonna promote the event just like the day. No, it doesn't matter. I'm the headliner.
That's right.
And it's brown owned, and we're gonna support that. And then Friday, it's just like Popeyes. And I just want everybody to know I did have, what is it, the Impossible Burger? Because
how was it? I heard it was
good. So excited. I'm so glad it's cooked on the same grill as the real burgers. I got a little bit of juice. I was excited. It was delicious.
It is good.
It is absolutely delicious. I promise you, it is the most delicious thing that is non-meat that I've ever had.
I'm on it.
And then somebody said they eat Chick-fil-A on Sundays. Oh, so cute. Like, how many times have we done this joke? Chick-fil-A's not over. It doesn't matter. Let's give him a boom, boom, boom. Okay, but if you want to chime in and Crabs in the Barrel, somebody said something, Mel. Mel was so hot on our break, you guys. Mel was smoking his cigarette down to the filter, okay? He burnt his whole lip. He smoking because he was so mad. He was like, man, this mother said, what did the person say to you about the Crabs in the Barrel?
This?
Don't use that word. Just say the other one that you got.
What he said was, sometimes it's better to stay in the bucket because if you try to, you don't know what's on the other side. And on the other side, it can be the big steaming pot.
What?
you trying to get me to stab him, yo? I don't know what. Every single time I tried to get out,
Why did that make you?
nigga faces pull me back.
Why did that make you?
Don't say he trying to get me to stab him.
He said he trying to get me to stab him. Melvin, you know Mel crazy.
Outrageous. Sit there and say that you just doing the beat in the barrel. And the reason he's supposed to keep you in the barrel so that you won't get put no nigga face. If you make your way out of the barrel, you have an option to go into the pot or not. To sit there and say I'm going to keep it. The barrel is the trap. Y'all niggas don't get it. The barrel is the trap. So the goal is if niggas just keep trying to keep you in the trap, nah, that's whack.
Well, somebody said the fact that you're
Bars.
using the word nigger keeps us in the trap.
Yeah, with balls in your jaws. I got people to speak.
Oh.
Alright. But like that takes us to the next topic. That takes us definitely to the next topic.
Okay.
And if you're just tuning in, thank you so much. We can hear you guys. Thank you so much for supporting Cocktail and Convo every single Tuesday from 9 to 11. You got something to say, Rock?
Yeah, I wanted to chime in before you went to the next topic because we was talking about supporting Brown.
Right.
And I'm gonna say this because I have a difference of opinion with man. I just graduated from a business incubator that was all brown businesses in this incubator.
Mm-hmm.
And the one thing we as brown people fail to realize, we think that when we want to start a business, the first thing we want to focus on is our product or our service. That's doing it backwards. Because being a part of that business incubator, I found out, two simple things. I was able to get a certification that took me 15 minutes to register for, and I also was able to set up some structure for my business that allowed me to gain so much more revenue in a matter of working for 45 minutes that I had in the 3 years that I've had this station. So we as brown people focus on the wrong things. We want to always outdo our competitors. We want to have the flashiest location. We want to be seen first, and we don't take care of our business. Therefore, we're doing a disservice to our clients and our customers. That's the reason why we don't give that top-notch service and hold up to the expectations of those that support the brand.
Okay. I mean, you're always entitled to your opinion. But just because you went to the class,
Look,
look at he hating. He said he's sophisticated now. If some of the brown businesses.
What's wrong with you Negroes?
What's wrong with you Negroes? I get it, but go ahead. Let Ebon being quiet tonight.
I definitely feel like, first off, if you really want to give a service to somebody, you're going to give that service, and that's going to be based off of your character in its entirety. Like, I don't feel like you can go to a class, get a certification, and then exactly know what you're doing. If you've ever taken business classes, which I have, you start from the ground up and you learn how to actually do what you say you want to do. That's the problem that we have with a lot of black businesses.
Because if you think about it, if somebody is closed on the day that you're supposed to do your show, right?
Right.
They should probably tell you that they're closed before the day of your show, even though they took a class and got a certificate.
So it's very important that we start to make much bigger efforts because it is harder for black people. It's much harder for us to get the business. It's much harder for us to sustain it.
True.
So it's very important that we do 10 times more than what a white man would do with a white store or an Asian man would do with an Asian store on a corner. That we have to make sure that when I call and you say you're going to be there, you're going to be there.
Right,
okay?
but when you talk about the brown, even when you just mentioned some different nationalities, when you look at other nationalities, I talked about the Damon Wayans and all that, it go back to they have their families in those stores.
Right.
They have some type of support system in place. Like if you go into a corner store that you frequent often and you walk into that store and say the owner, which may be an older Asian man, for example, I'm just giving an example. If he's not there, guess what? His son is there. If his son's not there, his grandson is there. His wife is there. His daughter is there. Like there's always someone from the family supporting, and I think that broken family, that stigma, that energy that we have, that whatever that we have going on, makes it very hard. And I will say we're more just like anything else. You're harder on your own.
Yeah.
Like I'm harder on my kids than I might be on somebody else's kids. I taught school, but I'm harder on my kids. Like you need to speak, enunciate, open your mouth, utilize your vocabulary. Unlike if I see your kid, I can care less what your kid. Like I'm not gonna say I care less, but I care fucking less. It slipped out. I was so true, but not true. Like no, like I'm just like it's not my kid. But even when it comes to how you look at, prime example, we do comedy. Right. So when you go to somebody else's show, you can see all these things that they're doing wrong because you're sitting there, right? And you're watching and you're looking and you're not saying you're judging them, but you're sitting at the comedy show. You're like, I would have never did that. I would have got off the stage. He killed. He should have stayed right there. He should have got off the mic. He shouldn't have kept. You have all these things to say until you get put in a situation. Right. And now you on the stage. And now you up there like, hello, clap if you got a face. Everybody. Where my ladies at? Make some noise for my beautiful ladies in here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a difference on the outside looking in. And like, I just, sometimes, like I said, I go to brown establishments. I frequent brown establishments all the time because I love my brown people, but I do get very upset when I come in and I get half-assed response, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like that, like that's what you're saying. You're not gonna say hello. You're not gonna say how can I help you. You're not gonna do any of those things.
But that also opens the other thing I was talking about being able as a black business to accept criticism, constructive criticism. Right?
It's called accountability,
right?
Because you can't always assume that somebody is just hating.
Exactly.
That's the favorite term.
And that's the problem now. Everybody think, oh, you hating if I have constructive criticism to give it. Right. Like,
I think is the fact that you got to be willing to broaden your horizon. Like some of that stuff, you want to open up a business, this, that, and the other, but you got to be able to cater. If you want to make real money, you got to be able to cater not just to your community, but to all communities. But if you hear somebody sit there and say, I'm just going to go get a puppy mill and I want to raise pit bulls. Well, nigga, don't no insurance company cover housing insurance don't cover pit bulls. So that means you were literally limiting your demographic to how much? You know what I'm saying? Like help a brother out. You can't be so close-minded and that's same as that.
It's education too. Like we have to push to be educated. Like you really do need to go to school.
But that's what Rock was saying. He took 15 minutes for him to register for the class. Like sometimes it only takes you 15 minutes, but you don't want to do 15 minutes.
Like Geico.
Right, Rock.
Like Geico.
Rock.
You got to be
15 minutes or less.
You can be incubated in 15 minutes.
I mean, you can get your dope money up and open up a business, but that doesn't mean that you know how to work.
That ain't incubating.
But I mean, like,
I wasn't paying no mind to you.
But what I'm saying is that, like, what he's saying is that sometimes it takes you having to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, like you said, somebody got money and they open something up, but they don't necessarily know how to run it. They don't have that business savvy to figure out how it's going, and nor do they want to ask anybody. Sometimes it's the hardest part, and for me personally, and I'll own this, sometimes I don't want to ask somebody for help because I don't want you to make me feel stupid. I don't want you to make me feel like I don't know what I'm doing, and I don't want you to go talk behind my back about what I asked you about. Right. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that's an internal insecurity, and this thing, is this what you're supposed to hang it up with? Okay.
Real quick, if you want to call in, 443-267-6558 if you want to chime in.
Right, definitely, 443-267-6558. They're listening, though. They're listening. That's all that we can ask for. But if you guys want to call in, please share. Now, I know we want to segue over into something because I know the biggest conversation right now, I've heard about it. I just want to know how everybody else feel about it. I'm going to let just Tim go ahead and throw that out there.
All right, so
can we do this? Can we do this?
Can we throw it up? Let's throw it up one time.
Can we just do this? That's all I'm going to do.
I ain't got my hat to cock to the side a little bit.
3 cuts in your eyebrow, trying to wild out. Hey.
Talking about the guy who showed us how to move in a room full of vultures.
Hey.
22 tools on them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
12 a.m. on the way to the club.
Come on,
Jay-Z.
It's been a lot of talks and speculations and accusations about Jay-Z and him and his involvement in the NFL.
Mr. Carter.
Right?
Can we call him Mr. Carter?
Mr.
In this situation, let's call him Mr. Carter.
Mr. Carter.
And we are talking about Sean Carter,
yes.
also known. Let's do this like entertainment news. Sean Carter, also known as Jay-Z.
That man,
Did that just make our show syndicated? But what about Hove? Hove is making major moves always.
Making big moves, right?
Right.
We all know that. Well, you know what? I don't want to give it too much.
What did he say?
I don't want to
What
sound.
did he say? What happened?
Give
What
it
did he
the
do?
juice. Give it the juice.
You can give it the juice if that's what you want to do.
Add the
Hey,
tea.
So-
love.
You
nothing
ain't got
else.
no juice in it, Scott. Be fasting.
Come on now.
He got this. This is good
See,
juice.
Ebo love me.
This that brown. This that soy sauce. This that brown juice.
Jay-Z just did a major deal
What's
with the
your sauce?
NFL, right? Everybody's talking about he's an Uncle Tom. Oh my
Knocking
bad, because I keep
everybody's phone down.
banking. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's the
gonna get some
force.
clips.
They keep talking about Jay-Z or Uncle Tom. He this, he that, because he did a deal with the NFL, but told everybody else not to do a deal with the NFL because we supposed to all be standing in solidarity with Colin Kaepernick.
Right.
My
Wait a
thing.
minute,
Come
wait,
on, brother.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait, Rock. Hold your thoughts, light skin.
But I guess, and like saying what Rock said, right? Everybody's mad at Hove.
Wait a minute.
Nobody's
Wait
mad.
a minute. I'm sorry. Backtrack because I didn't get. So Jay-Z, Sean Carter.
Sean Carter.
The business mogul.
Right. The billionaire.
The business mogul.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mogul.
He made.
Mogul.
I said mobile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been drinking.
It's all
I've been
right.
drinking. But
we good. It's working. That's a good damn drink. She did say it was a girl man drink.
I'm wearing my Beyonce blonde, so listen. Okay, so what did he do? What happened?
He cut a deal with the NFL.
to help them move forward in their NFL outreach to the African American community. So that's what
They have an outreach?
Yeah, Colin Kaepernick, because of his stance, forced them in a position where
Or his kneel.
Right, his kneel. Forced them in a position where they have decided to try to get back.
Give him his job back?
No, but the
No.
thing about it, but this, see.
But that
this,
was Jay-Z's whole point, is to give him his job.
No, see, that's, see.
Nope.
Okay, let's
That's
go.
what happens.
Wait,
No, you gotta understand,
We
you
all
just
got to
swing
talk
and
at one time. If you have an opinion, you can call us 443-267-6558.
don't swing and
But
miss
go
on
ahead,
that
Mel.
hole
What are we
like
saying?
that.
What are you
No, I
saying?
don't
His job was not to give
Okay.
Colin Kaepernick his job back.
Okay, calm down,
His
Evo.
job was to help initiate the movement towards the African American community for the NFL support outreach program. That's what it was for.
That
And-
wasn't even what it was for.
Well, I'm saying, but that's
Wait a minute.
that's
Who we talking about at this
Hove.
point?
That's what he met with them
Hove meant to
for the Players
support.
Coalition to try
Let's break it all the way down, right?
Yeah, break it all the way down
The
for
whole
us.
reason that Colin Kaepernick took a knee
Right.
was to bring visibility
So police
was
brutality.
about police brutality
Okay.
and the unfair treatment of
Social
black and
injustice,
brown
social justice.
of black and
Social
brown
justice.
people
Right.
in America, right?
Okay,
That was the
brown
whole
people
reason,
kinda
right?
covers all of
Right.
it.
All of that. Well,
Shades.
yeah, black and brown.
It's like
yeah,
they're brown, dark brown, light brown.
Right, I got
Mul-
you. So that was
mulatto.
the whole point, right? Hove is saying, okay, that point was done,
Okay.
right?
Really? We brought awareness. Okay, got
we
you.
brought awareness.
Okay,
Part
now
two
what?
time.
Now it's part 2 time, right? So now that we got awareness and we got their
I
attention,
thought you said apartheid. I was like, I think that's where we need to go with it. I'm not like I know people don't believe in this. I really like. I just think that at this point, let's just all like
Separate.
let's separate. Let's go back to Black Wall Street and apartheid where we build our own people and send our kids to our own schools and banks and all that good stuff. But I'm sorry.
right.
I
now that we got this awareness, now what we gonna do about it, right?
Okay.
And so the NFL wouldn't have done this without Cap, right? Because what Cap did was sparked the awareness.
Right.
He got us brown people
Right.
on his side.
Okay.
We all boycotted. Now if everybody did it probably would have made an even bigger impact.
Right.
But the
It
people
actually
that did it, it still caused enough impact for the NFL to say,
to
hold
pay
up,
attention. Okay.
our money's funny.
Right.
We need to fix this.
Okay.
Right?
So now they're doing what?
So now they're doing a deal with Jay-Z,
And
right?
Rock Nation.
And Rock Nation. One, he's going to be handling all their music and everything, but he's also going to be handling the program. And forgive me for not knowing the name of the program.
That's
but,
okay. We don't need to know.
But basically, the program is there to bring light or help the NFL understand what they can do better in regards of the terms of.
And the blasphemy is the
Wait a
fact
minute.
that people
Okay.
are speaking.
Okay.
No. This shit is blasphemy. What's it called? Jay-Z, of all the people in the world, are Uncle Tom. That whack ass wide receiver for them whack ass Miami Dolphins, Kenny Stills, is gonna sit there and say, he bet you Jay-Z don't even know no common folk. You balls in your jaws loving mother sucker. There's no way.
But wait a
that you
minute.
don't know
So
your
wait a minute.
history like that.
Wait. So let me get this
Everybody
straight.
knows that
So
Jay-Z's
the beef
giving
is, so
money.
they're saying that Jay-Z, I just want to make sure that the viewers understand what we're talking about.
Right.
They're saying that Jay-Z, because he's a part, because initially, and I'll say this, for everybody that follows this, Jay-Z was like, I'm not performing at the Super Bowl. I don't
Right.
want nothing to do with the
Rihanna
NFL
said
because
no.
of what you're doing
Right.
in regards to, you know,
And
the whole
Hov-
movement.
and Hov told a lot of people that you say no.
Right. And so now
Or
they're
asked
saying,
a lot of
oh,
people to
you
say no.
flipping the script,
Right.
and now you working with the enemy. Kind of. This is what I'm just saying. This is what the
No,
genre
right,
that's kind
right,
of being
right.
used. So if you're just coming into this topic, we're talking about right now Jay-Z, Sean Carter, and his
Understand
movement
that
in the
48 laws of
NFL
power.
and things of those things.
Understand
Not-
the 48 laws of power. What you gotta understand is, first off, this man he has enough money to actually make this work.
Wait a minute,
That's
don't
the
shake my
thing.
shit. Move that. He does have enough money
He
to make
does
it work.
have enough money to make this work. And if you've ever thought or knew about Jay-Z since you've been following him since the 80s, he's very strategic in what he does. He don't make bad moves. The only bad move he made was when he let Solange fuck him up in the elevator. That's the only bad move he made.
Well,
that was
a good
it.
move.
Okay.
He fucked with her sister and she
Okay.
beat his ass. So that's the only
Okay.
bad move that I can think of
Okay.
that he's made. But this man is a mobile genius.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's very important that we understand strategic methods and methodology in which someone who has money and who has power
Right.
is putting into
Respect.
it.
Okay.
So all he said was, listen,
The key to
it's
life.
about a job because ain't none of y'all NFL
Right.
players, y'all black NFL players saying I'm gonna take a stand and I ain't gonna
Be
play
life.
if Kaepernick can't play. They ain't do that. They
Right.
wanted that check.
Yep.
So that at
Right.
the end of the day, that's what it's
I
about.
just want
Okay,
y'all to see
so if
how
I can't
it's
reach you
talking
here,
right now.
then I'm gonna reach you there.
Right.
And where
She
he's
is
gonna
on.
reach you at is with his pockets, because at the end of the day, that's all it's about. What can you pay for? This is what white people have been doing for many years. It's not what you know,
That's what they
it's
don't
who you know,
understand.
and it's what you can pay for.
But why you look like Rod Digger when you was
My
giving the
nigga,
whole
she was
dissertation,
in-
yo? I'm
First
just saying,
of all,
I don't
nah,
want to take nothing
what's
away
shorty
from
from
the
New
power.
York? What's
She
shorty
was
from New
like,
York?
Yo, that's Rod
She be
Digger.
like, yo,
And Rod Digger was like,
Yo,
yo.
Jay-Z, yo,
Yeah.
what?
Right,
What's
right.
shorty from New York? That be
Right.
pop out, Jay?
I'm just saying.
But I mean, that makes
Like,
sense.
yeah,
Like he does. A lot of
absolutely.
people don't understand money.
Right.
And a lot of people don't
Money is
understand
power.
business.
I'm about to say, a lot of people don't
A lot of people understand
business.
business. Business a lot of times comes with power and money and moves. It's like chess.
Chess.
You see what I'm saying? So sometimes
they
you
playing
do have to
checkers.
go over here. They playing checkers. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you got to move. I've never played chess, but I saw it played. It looks
Yeah.
difficult.
Jada Man
That's
that
probably
does
why
not
I'm
play
not
chess.
successful.
Jada Man that does not know.
That's
how to
probably
play
why I'm
chess.
not
I'ma just say
successful.
one
Sorry.
thing.
Go ahead.
Like,
That boy Truck,
I
talk
ain't
to
gonna
me.
entertain this too much. But
You real calm tonight.
Eric Reed
Right.
spoke out
Yeah.
on Jay-Z,
He did.
but he with the Panthers. He didn't stand all the way out saying I'm boycotting NFL, not
Right.
Eric,
playing.
we been playing.
Right, he never
Right.
stopped playing.
He never
Okay.
He signed. He signed. He took
Okay.
an NFL grievance.
Okay.
Oh, Colin Kaepernick took an NFL grievance.
Right. Well.
And signed an NDA.
Right now,
Not non-disclosure for all the people who don't know.
So when we get upset with a man for making a move because he told people not to perform at the halftime show, see, it's a difference between setting yourself up to do better and just getting a couple of little pennies thrown your way.
Come on.
See, there's a difference.
People
See,
don't
that was bad.
And-
That was pennies.
and
But
just
I mean, even go ahead.
Just to elaborate a little bit on that, right? Everybody mad. Why Jay tell everybody else don't perform, but then he go try to do a deal and he get a seat. He got a seat at the table.
Right.
So
To make
if I am a
decisions,
billionaire and I'm Hove and I got all this business my track record is solid, right? And I am in the works with the NFL to try to get a seat at the table. What I look like, if I know my friend, right, Ebo, who was a performer, and they reaching out to Ebo to try to get her to perform, why would I tell her to do that? No, because if I told her to do that, NFL just like, yo, we can just get people to perform on our own,
Right.
and we don't need you, Hov.
Right.
You gotta create a demand, a need.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That's
You
a
gotta
good-ass
create the
point.
need.
That's
Once
a
you
good
create
point.
the need,
That's a very good
that's what I'm
point.
saying. People don't understand business.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Is first of all, the NFL is made of 32 people. It's just 32. It's just 32 billionaires, and Hov has a seat with them. If you can't respect that, then your whole logic is whack. That's all it is.
Right.
real.
Did you
You a
just
hater.
drop a J-ball?
I tried to do my best I could.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
I seen. I was on it.
So, but and aside from that, and I will give credence to a valid argument which was made,
Who's that? Oh,
which
okay.
is by Ryan Clark. He said that he just felt like it was more transparency that needed to be made in regards to the details of the contract. But
Wow.
at the same time, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm about to say, go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like everybody, the fact that you don't know about it don't mean that something is wrong with it. You
Come
don't
on.
know. You don't know how he how he was able to get his own color of blue. Like, who is able to sit there and patent their own color
Like
of
the-
blue? So it's like if
was
people
it
don't
like
know.
Blue
Got my own
Ivy?
view.
Is that what it's called?
No, it was
So
after
people
the-
are saying pretty
What
much that
happened
he is it's Jay-Z Blue, like just
Oh,
like
like
Nipsey
Blue
Blue
Ivy.
It's
and
before Blue Ivy.
right.
It was?
Like
Yeah.
so, I'm just
Really?
saying that.
Oh wow, I'm really out of touch.
I mean, I
But talking
understand. I understand both sides. Some people not gonna like the fact that I said
What's
that,
the
but I
other side?
understand
I'm like,
both
what is the
sides.
other side?
I understand both sides from the outside looking in. And we're talking about from the outside looking in. Again, when you don't know something, you tend to formulate your own opinion.
Right.
So from the outside looking in, it's like Jay-Z, you said one thing and you're doing another. Not understanding all of the attributes and angles and,
Yeah, the
and,
ins and
and,
outs.
and all the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
All they see is, okay, Daddy, you said always put your hands up when the police stop you. And in this instance, now you're not. Like, they don't understand why. What did I do? What all came into play that made this about
Which is why
came
it's
about
the
this
mouth
change?
shut.
Come on.
It's the
And-
mentality.
I mean, but at
And
the
not
same
just
time,
that, though.
there's a
That's
lot of
not
less.
realistic.
There's a lot of less motivated, a lot less less
Inspired.
rich, less inspired people that got more to say about it than the people that are in his circle.
Right.
And you talk about people all the time that make a certain move. Why he do that? Oh, he linked up. Oh, I'm in the comedy game. Oh, she says she don't like internet comics. You don't know what's what.
Right.
You don't know what the conversation. You don't know how hard. You don't know anything. You're just talking. But at the same time, I think Jay-Z and Beyonce and that whole family, again, that whole family. The Knowles and all that, and the Carters are fabulous because they can make a controversy. They know that any news is good news.
Facts.
I don't care if it's bad news, if it's negative news. They make sure that their names are always being talked about. And I think this is just a prime example
And I
of
agree.
how their name is being. He's in the news
But
again.
what I don't like is the difference between what you're saying and the people that said it. The people that said it has made it through the struggle to respect the point of view that you have. So for Kenny Stills, who is a millionaire, he understands exactly what you're saying, where
No,
he
no.
had to stand and hustle and work through that. So why would you be coming for another person who can't sit at the table? When
Because
you're a
again, just
millionaire,
like the
people
gentleman
can't sit at
said to
the
me,
table.
like the gentleman said to me, he said, like somebody said on my live, they were like, when you come from the same thing, a lot of the times you don't want to appreciate somebody that's made it to
Facts.
a level up above you,
Facts.
because that's that level of hate, that's that crust.
So
Right.
this is my outlook on this entire situation. If they wanted to dead this thing, they could have
really
deaded it
calm.
by us sticking together. It goes right back to what I said
Yeah.
before.
We can't even agree to this.
Right.
Majority of the NFL and the NBA is black.
Right.
No
Right.
brown. How we want? There's no other way to look at this. Majority of it is us.
Look,
So
Chuck.
we said we don't like what's going on, and we stop.
And start
Like,
our
I'm
own
not
league.
playing.
Right.
Let's do our own
We
We
thing.
have to
I'll let
understand
Master
our
P in.
power.
This is what y'all have to understand. This is what we
Jay-Z
all,
understands his power,
This
and
is
that's the
what
problem.
we have to all understand. Even if he was wrong, sometimes you support. That's just like, Donald Trump stood up in the whole audience and they said, what? Send her back.
Send her back.
Send her back.
Right,
It
put
was
your
a
mouth
whole
on the
crowd
mic.
of
You
people.
act like we're not on the radio. You just talking to
It was a whole
people.
crowd of people, but they were supporting him, even though they knew it was wrong.
I think
They
that's
knew
a
it was
perfect.
wrong.
That's awesome
And I
that you
think
said that.
sometimes
That's real
we don't
shit.
understand what's going on. But if you support somebody, you back them, you love them, you like
Right.
them,
But
then
that-
support them when they
right.
wrong too.
But
just
I'll
like
say
you
that-
support your family.
But
when
that
they
goes
wrong.
back to family. That
I'm not
goes
going-
back to family.
No.
I would say that goes
It-
back
I'm
to
just
family.
saying.
Don't that.
No, let him
I'm
have
not-
his
no, I'm just
opinion.
saying.
Let him have his
I'm
opinion.
I'm just saying
that goes back to
sometimes,
family.
Like you said, you don't understand the instruction,
Okay.
the
Well, let me
structure
tell you why
of
you don't
business.
like it.
So sometimes you may not understand why some of your family might do the things that
Okay,
they
but
do
let-
because they're more knowledgeable than you.
But
just support
let him
them.
tell you why he
I
don't
feel
agree
like
with
I
it.
feel like this, right? Like
I'm
I'm not
just
what I'm
saying
not.
real quick.
Yeah,
No.
go ahead, do your thing.
Since
No.
y'all want to support team, no chill.
That's
That's a legitimate brown business. Doing real things.
Yes,
LLC.
definitely support.
But why don't
But
you
where I
agree
was
with
going
her?
with that with is right. Like I'm not going to support you when I'm not going to what's the word? Promote when you're wrong.
When you're wrong.
When you're wrong, I'm not going to promote. Right?
That's
I'm not.
the problem.
I'm not going to.
Negative.
I'm
I
not
get
going.
it.
Check me out. Check me out. I
Let's
never
hold
said
on.
because
Hold
I'm
your thought.
I'm with
Hold
Hov.
your thought. Go
Right.
ahead.
Regardless.
I'm
Go-
with Hov. Right.
go with your
My
thought.
thing is people are judging Hov unfairly.
Yep.
Right. If you look at Jay-Z track record, that's it. If we going off of strictly fact, like we don't know that we
Can
don't
I
know.
interrupt you? I'm just going to interject.
Absolutely.
There are certain politicians that are in office right now that have a track record of doing certain kind of they making business moves. That's how I'm not going to call him. That's how 45th is in office right now because of the
Get bad
business
deals, though.
moves that but nobody knew about that. It was all like, oh, he makes good business decisions, and that's why he's going to be good for the country.
Trump,
and that was one of the things that he ran for
Trump
office
got where
off
he
of.
was because he's a smooth talking dude.
Okay.
He know how to manipulate.
And so
the
is
people.
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z got
money.
And so does Jay-Z.
Listen.
So why not support Jay-Z?
Wait,
All I'm
I'm
saying
just letting him finish.
is
I'm
look,
sorry.
based off of Jay, right?
Right.
If we just going off of straight business, right? Everything, feelings aside, you can Google all of it,
But
right?
you don't know what businesses he's had that failed either. That
Well,
usually doesn't come to
But
But you
light.
can look it up. It's
I'll give you an example.
researchable.
Okay.
It's
But I
researchable.
give you an example of what you're talking about. Because in Brooklyn, before they had the Barclays Center, he was a 1%, 1.5% owner of the Nets.
Right.
So it was he tried to get them to build the Barclays Center. He convinced the people of Brooklyn
To move out.
move and sell their house in thoughts of being able to rebuild that
Right.
neighborhood.
And it didn't work.
So he sold out his share once everything built up. People feel some
Right, because you make
it.
business is a gamble sometimes.
That's
You make
right.
bad
It's a
decisions.
gamble.
But that's an
exactly
example
right.
of a bad business deal,
But what
right?
I think that
But-
she's saying, what I
What's
think,
that
and
have
that
to do
this
with
is
what
my
I said?
belief. It's just my belief, and you can disagree, and that's okay. Everybody's got opinions, like an asshole.
Right.
So listen, what I think that Ebone was trying to say is that a lot of times, instead of us just supporting one another, we want to knock. You want to knock the next move.
Right.
Sometimes it's not the greatest move, and you may not even know all the details, but we are always, even if we don't know the details, we're ready to bash you real
Yes.
quick, but we
This
won't
is
be
a
ready to
problem.
support you just as quickly.
Okay.
We will not be ready to support you just as quickly with not enough information. That's all I think
And
that she
that's
was
right.
trying to say.
That's
But what
She
I'm
was
saying is, I'm not going to
when-
support you, but I'm going to be quiet.
There you go.
But
That's
see,
what I'm
sometimes
saying.
it just
You
like
can't
this.
support
Let me
the-
just tell you, I think that's like you
Yeah,
voting
but we're
independent.
talking about a
That's how I feel. That's like you voting independent.
What's wrong
If
with
you-
voting independent?
Because it
though?
automatically goes to the party that's the strongest at that point. Then when people that voted independent in this last race,
It's like
that
you
went
have
to the
your own
Republicans.
self. Right.
You should have voted Democrat. That's
Right,
how
or something.
politics
You have-
works.
if you don't-
That's how
if you don't
politics
stand for
works.
something, you fall for anything.
See, this is where you don't know
they
where
definitely standing
politics
for
works.
themselves.
No, you're standing
No,
by
you're standing
yourself.
for
You're standing for
yourself.
nothing at that point.
Right.
But why are they
Sometimes
standing
you
for
have to
nothing? It's
listen to what I'm
because
saying.
people aren't educated
But listen to what I'm
in
saying.
who
No,
is
you
what.
don't know
People,
politics.
and your key word is people.
I'll say that
Maybe
you
that's what
don't.
we're
Let me
talking
just
about
make my
politics.
point. You don't know politics. Politics. There are two majority parties.
Correct.
There are
Absolutely.
two majority. It's just like two majority man and woman.
So
There's
the
major-
other party
you have to
does not
go
matter.
with one or the other. If you go with the middle, the third sex,
You're not
it doesn't
making a
even get
voice.
counted. It doesn't
You're
make
not-
a voice.
Tell that to the
Why are you doing it?
transgenders.
Well, look, the thing about
No, that's not
it
the
Tell it to the
same. We're not.
transgenders.
That's not the same.
is,
It's not the same. You about to make it a whole LGBTQ.
No, no, I'm
and it
saying-
has nothing to do. I'm saying
What
for
I'm-
the simple fact that it does not. You have majorities in anything.
Right.
You have majority parties, and when
What
you
about
vote
Jay-Z?
independent, when you do that, we're not.
I can't.
I'm not sure if y'all know that
What
we
about Jay-Z?
like.
Right. No,
She's talking
but
when you
that's
have individual parties.
I'm gonna stop talking
No,
because
but
I'm getting
that's-
pissed off because I'm
that's-
making a point that has to do with Jay-Z. So Jay-Z is not the only motherfucker making money. Jay-Z is not the only motherfucker making moves.
Right.
Jay-Z is not the only person standing up for brown people or equality or anything
Nope.
else. So when I take my conversation to politics, that has everything to do with where we are as a society and as we are as brown people. And that's the fucking problem, that people are worried about what the fuck Jay-Z doing and you don't even know your goddamn congressman is. So on that note, we're going to take a break. And I'll be right back with you. Go ahead and chime the goddamn music.
Yo, why she just?
And we're going to come right back with Cocktail Combo Grown
Don't
Zone.
never curse. Well,